Himayin natin ang mga isyung mahalagang pag-usapan kasabay ng SONA ng Pangulo. Makakausap natin si Michael Yusiengco, political analyst at senior research fellow ng Ateneo School of Government. Magandang tanghali, Attorney Yusiengco.
Magandang tanghali, Ruth.
Una muna, sir, ano pong masasabi nyo dito sa nagdaang taon ng pamumuno ni Pangulong Duterte? Natupad po ba yung mga pangako niya sa SONA noong 2019?
Alam mo, Ruth, ang hirap, parang hindi ko na maalala kung ano nangyari ng isang taon, no? Sa sobrang traumatic ng experience natin ngayong 6 months, the past 6 months. Parang nung isang taon kasi, ang mga nilalatag namin plano sa Ateneo School of Government, yung mga gagawin namin sa Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao, yung sa BARM. Pero ngayon, syempre, nagbago na yun. Ano? Tuloy pa rin, pero bago na. So, para sa akin, pag binabalikan ko yung mga pangako ni Pangulo nung sa SONA nung isang taon, parang medyo blurred na siya, sa totoo lang. Ang natatandaan ko lang na mga the usual na plano niya noon, na sinabi, mga pangako niya noon, yung syempre aayusin yung ekonomiya, tapos the usual war on drugs. Pero mahirap kasi alalahanin dahil nga sa sobrang traumatic nung nangyayari sa atin ngayon.
So moving forward, ano sa tingin nyo yung, kasi I was reading the pre-SONA reports like of the economic managers bago nangyari itong COVID, sinasabi nila we're the fastest growing economy in Southeast Asia between 2016 to 2019, no? So parang sa tingin nyo, parang sabi nyo masyado nang traumatic. So nabura na ba yung mga ganong gains sana ng administrasyon? Ano pa ang naging epekto kaya nitong COVID pandemic sa administrasyong Duterte?
Sa tingin ko, Ruth, yung maganda yung sinabi mo na baka nabura na yung mga gains, no, because of the pandemic. In fact, to be blunt with you, I think we're really in a way like we're starting from scratch. Kaya nga tama si Secretary Martin Andonar kanina na sabi niya, this is a moment. I term it as a FDR moment for us, a Churchill moment for us. We are in a position, or at least the government is in a position to make bold reforms, audacious reforms. So, ganun siguro yung sitwasyon natin ngayon, dahil sa nangyari na pandemya, yung mga na achievements natin the last year and even our plans for the last year, they have to be recalibrated. And this is what I expect from the President's SONA this year. A recalibration of the plans of government moving forward.
Pero during nandito na tayo kasi dun sa pandemic, no, at may mga kritisismo rin with the way na na-handle ng administrasyon itong pandemic or how they dealt with the crisis. Tingin nyo ba, but Secretary Andonar was saying it's reflective daw of the strong leadership, decisive leadership of President Duterte. How do you assess it?
I don't agree with that observation. No, the numbers or the reality don't reflect that. Talagang we are struggling. Our country is really struggling with dealing with this COVID-19. I mean, just look at the number of cases that we're encountering now, no? And we're being left behind by our Southeast Asian neighbors. And even yung makikita mo kasi from how the government responds na hindi sila consistent. There is an inconsistency in the application of regulation. So merong mga nauhuli, merong hindi nauhuli, and then one day meron sila sasabihin na meron silang i-announce na regulation, then the next day they will change it. So the way it is being managed now, I don't think it reflects the decisive leadership of the president, because it's so confusing and it's so unhelpful for citizens, kasi nalilito ang mga tao na ano ba yung regulation na dapat sundin. So I don't think it reflects what's happening now in the government response. Unfortunately, I don't think it reflects the decisive leadership of the president.
Kaugnay niyang sinabi niyo kasi, attorney, bago tayo nagkaroon ng COVID crisis, the president was enjoying excellent or the highest net satisfaction rating at +72 according to SWS, and even yung kanyang trust rating sa Pulse Asia December 2019 at 83%. So maapektuhan kaya yan, considering that this is a problem naman sa buong mundo, no? Problema ng lahat ng leader ng iba't ibang bansa. Ano kayang implication yan sa approval and trust rating ng Pangulo?
Well, if we go by the recent surveys, no, na almost 70% of Filipinos are scared of the COVID-19. They're scared of relatives getting the virus. Tapos almost yung hunger perception of Filipinos doubled in just the past 6 months. And also yung unemployment the unemployment rate is skyrocketing. So there are a lot of bad news, and there's a high level of public anxiety. And I think it's only safe to say that will impact the president's trust rating. I mean, that's just natural, no? That when people are feeling anxious, especially in such a heightened way, they will look at their leader, and the natural reaction would be to blame the leader. And that would be reflected, I believe, in the surveys.
Huli na lang po, ito ang ikalimang SONA ng Pangulo, second to the last. No? Usually ba pag ganitong period, halos patapos na yung term ng isang presidente, ano ba ang inaasahan na? Anong stage na ito ng kanyang pamumuno na dapat ba parang wrapping up his legacy or naghahanda na siya or darating kasing eleksyon in 2 years eh. So ano ba to? Dapat magpalakas siya para sa kanyang mga kaalyado. Nasaang point tayo ngayon?
You're correct, Ruth. No, under normal circumstances, this second to the last SONA will usually just be about the legacy. Kasi as they say nga, when the president enters into his second half, he becomes a lame duck president. No, so hindi na siya, he doesn't enjoy the same prestige and power as during his first half. So dapat talaga legacy na ngayon ang pinag-uusapan. But the problem is we're not in normal circumstances. No, we're facing a very, sabi nga rin ni Secretary Martin, we are facing an unprecedented global crisis. No, so more is expected of the president now. It's not just about his legacy anymore. It's Filipinos are expecting a coherent and clear plan moving past or moving forward from this crisis. And that may be a big challenge, no? Kasi this health crisis primarily is a health crisis, and as I've said earlier, nagsastruggle na nga yung administration natin dealing with that. But on the back of that are, social problems, and also another important aspect is we're also facing tremendous economic challenges. So yun ang medyo iba ngayon, than the normal fifth SONA of presidents.
Maraming pong salamat sa inyong ibinahaging insights kay Michael Yusiengco, political analyst at senior research fellow ng Ateneo School of Government.